A wave of reactions after Tennessee Senator Marsha Blackburn voted to block legislation that would have protected access to contraception. Thank you for joining us for News 2 at 4. I'm Mark Kelly. Birth control is legal now, but some worry that may not always be the case if the U.S. Supreme Court ever takes up the issue again. State Capitol reporter Tori Gessner explains.
It would have protected access to birth control in the U.S. Tennessee Senator Marsha Blackburn was one of many Republicans who voted against the bill yesterday.
The motion is not agreed to.
Blackburn arguing birth control access isn't at risk, so the Right to Contraception Act isn't necessary, adding in a statement that reads in part, "I fully support keeping contraception safe and legal." But 2 years prior, Blackburn called the Supreme Court ruling preventing states from banning married couples from using birth control constitutionally unsound.
Confused Tennesseans and left Congress wondering who gave the court permission to bypass our system of checks and balances.
Even though birth control is legal now, some worry that could change.
We are just very concerned that that might not always be the case. And so there's nothing currently stopping the law stopping what happened in Alabama from happening here in Tennessee.
That was one of the reasons State Representative Harold Love Jr. drafted his bill to protect IVF and birth control last session.
We just want to clarify that, again, abortion does not include use of contraceptives or things like IVF.
But similar to what happened on Capitol Hill, the state bill failed too.
IVF and contraception is legal in the state of Tennessee, and there's not something that anybody's doing to not make that legal here in Tennessee.
We asked Governor Bill Lee his thoughts on the future of contraception access in Tennessee.
I think we have been pretty clear in protecting and understand that contraception is something that we would protect.
Reporting in Nashville, I'm Tori Gessner.
Well, Tennessee's other Republican Senator Bill Hagerty did not vote on the Right to Contraception Act. Senator Blackburn filed a resolution yesterday affirming the right to contraception following what she calls Democrats' false claim that birth control is at risk.